Okay, now we're recording. The first time around when I couldn't get it to work, I was recording. Okay, so we are recording this and I will be sending this to all the junior families through our InTouch and email system. So thank you, Ms. Madrid. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Okay, so I'm going to let Ms. Madrid go first. And so she has important information about testing that's important for your student, not only this year, but their upcoming senior year.
Thank you, Ms. Hendy. Okay, so this is my class of 2024, correct? Am I right? Yay, how exciting. All right, so my juniors, this is a very important year for you as far as graduation requirements that have to do with testing. Now, this year you will be taking your SAT. It will be here during school on April 12th. That is a remote day for everyone else. So you guys have a nice quiet testing environment ready to go for you. That is a very important test. That is the test that the state of New Mexico uses as their standardized assessment to see if you meet the graduation requirements or not. We have not received the cut scores for that for this year for your cohort yet. And as soon as we do, we'll send those out. During this year, as your junior year, you will also take the NMASR. That is the New Mexico Assessment of Science Readiness. Now, that is another standardized test that New Mexico uses. Okay, there will be cut scores on that as well. So both of those, NMASR, I'm planning so far, but you know how it goes, you make plans, will be done through your science classes. And then the SAT, again, that's the remote day on April 12th. We also are going to offer for our juniors this year on October 12th for them to take the ASVAB. Now that's that military entrance exam, but ASVAB can also be used as a demonstration of competency for testing requirements for graduation. Okay, so that's very important as well. Now, also on October 12th, I'm also offering the PSAT. Now, your junior year is the only year that if you take the PSAT/NMSQT that you can qualify for National Merit Scholar. Your junior year is the only year. If you have not signed up for that yet and you want your student to take that, my window has closed, but I still have a little bit of time left. If they will let me know by Tuesday, please. If they want to take that, I can still make that happen. Okay. I'm also in charge of AP exams. We have a lot of AP courses offered here. The deadline to order your AP exam is November 8th. Now, if you're in the class, we highly recommend that you take the AP exam because you're doing all of this hard work. Let's see. And maybe, you know, you're going to rock the exam and you're going to get that college credit. Let's work hard and let's have a goal in mind. And so we do highly recommend that you take that AP exam. Each exam is $20, and that is because the state of New Mexico and LCPS really want our kids to have the opportunity to take those exams and earn that college credit. And so normally the exams, I believe this year, are $96 or $97. With all of the help that we get, we are able to offer them for $20 per student. And so it is an amazing thing. Okay, and those are done the first 2 weeks in May. All right, so I'm going to answer some of the questions real quick in the chat. How do we know if we've signed up for the PSAT? There was an announcement on Canvas. There was flyers everywhere where they had to scan a QR code and it sent me a form. Okay, if your student is not sure, please send me an email or have them come talk to me. My office is located in B building and we can either get them signed up if they want to, or I can tell them, hey, you already did it. Great job. Okay. So we will go there. National Merit, I'm actually going to let Mr. Womble explain that one a little bit because I'm not entirely sure about that one myself. And then I see that Ms. Bashir is answering the question regarding ASVAB because she's the one that runs that test for us. Mr. Womble, do you want to talk a little bit about National Merit, sir?
Yes, National Merit is one of the programs, like I said, through the SAT, the scholarship qualifying, that enrolls students in lots of scholarship opportunities. There's money associated with students who become National Merit finalists, who become National Merits. Question was asked, there is another thing called the Hispanic Scholarship Program. That is it's not part of PSAT, but they get information from PSAT. So these scores go out to other organizations that just want to recognize students who do very well with money for college.
And I'd like to add that in the past few years, Centennial's been very well represented in National Merit. Last year, we had 4 National Merit finalists with 2 actual National Merit scholars at the end of the year. So great job to our teachers and students for working super hard on that.
And there was a wonderful question in the chat that I just want to answer really quickly. As a junior, for PSAT NMSQT, there is a charge if you want to take that because you already did take it your sophomore year with us. If you would like to take it as a junior, there is an $18 charge for that exam. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you, Ms. Andy.
Any questions regarding testing or the testing requirements, please reach out to Mrs. Madrid. Her email is on this PowerPoint and I will email it to you as well. Okay. Let's see.
Thank you so much. I am going to hop off. I'm going to get back to our football game that we have going on, but I thank you all very, very much. Please reach out to me via email or have your kiddos stop by my office. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I'll move ahead. There are just a few topics I'd like to cover. I'll start with Canvas. Canvas is an online program that we started using during the pandemic when all we had was online available. It has now become a great resource for our teachers to utilize, especially because we do still have kids that are being sent home due to being sick or other reasons that they're not able to attend in person. So Canvas is just a tool. Some teachers have all their grades there, but not all of them. Sometimes they do something that's not in Canvas and they put those grades directly onto Synergy. So if you're looking at Canvas for grading for your students' grades, you're not always going to get an accurate representation. Please log on to your parent view account. Whatever it says under your parent view account, that is a more accurate representation of your child's grades. So please log on to parent view and do not rely on Canvas. Which leads me to Synergy. Again, Synergy teachers update Synergy for sure every Monday by 8 a.m. All grades should be updated. Most teachers update the grades more often than just once a week. But if you can check on Mondays, that should be an accurate representation of what your students' grades are. If they have missing work, please know that missing work is work that teachers have to grade on their not scheduled time. So sometimes teachers don't enter the grades immediately, but they do get it. And hopefully you'll see the change in their grade. So loss of credit and attendance contract. Last year, we began the NCs, which stands for no credit. Please know that we are back to in-person learning. You cannot opt to stay home and say, I'm going to stay home for 2 weeks or 3 weeks because we're in person. So it's very important that your student attend class in person. If you are receiving those calls, what I have learned throughout the years is you receive those calls and parents ask their student, how come I'm getting a call? Oh, we had a sub that day. The sub doesn't know. Subs aren't allowed to enter grades or attendance in Synergy. They send the list of kids who aren't there to our attendance secretary and she completes the attendance. So please question your students. And if you're not happy with their answer, call us, call one of the secretaries and find out what's going on because we want your students in school, in every class. So sometimes there are errors, but more often than not, they're not in class. So just kind of don't hesitate to reach out to us for assistance with that. Enrichment days, you notice in the calendar that there are enrichment days, 10 enrichment days scattered throughout the calendar. We already had one in August. Our next one is coming up in September. Those are mandatory. We do take attendance on those days. So when your student is not here, if they're not here on enrichment days, they will be marked absent. Also, back to the attendance, if your student does miss for whatever it is, whether you have a family trip out of town, or maybe they're sick, or someone's sick out of town and you all have to go in, please submit a note within 5 days to our attendance secretary. Any secretary in the building will accept the note. So please write a note, just let us know. We just want to make sure that you as parents are aware that your student was not in class. Then the last one I'm going to talk about is assessment and practice in grading. So all of Centennial as a school has the 70-30 when it comes to the grading scale. 70% of their grade comes from assessment, 30% comes from practice. The reason for that is technology has made it super, super easy to just find answers online and submit the work. And here our goal, of course, is always to achieve academic excellence. And we need to make sure that we are grading based on mastery, not just, oh, they turned in their work, so they get an A. Getting an A because you turned in your work doesn't necessarily tell me that you understood what was taught. And so we as a school have opted for the 70-30, with 70% being the grade that tells us, did you understand what was taught in that unit? Every teacher does have a redo policy, because we realize that sometimes kids have bad days, or maybe they didn't study as much as they'd wanted, they didn't get a good grade, so they'd like to redo it. Every teacher has a redo option. So reach out to them if your child wants to redo an assessment or a quiz. They do have that right. Okay. All right, let's move along. Next, we have our counselors. I just introduced them. Here is their contact information, and Mr. Womble is going to speak on behalf of the counselors.
Hi again, everybody. If you want to know who your child's counselor is, it's based on alphabet with the last name. So Miss Benavidez has all 10th through 12th grade students with the last names that start with the letters A through F. I have the students whose last names start with G through M, and Miss Bashir's has the students with the letters N through Z. Miss Ruiz is our freshman counselor, and so she deals strictly with all of our freshmen. So that way, if you want to know which counselor belongs to your student or vice versa, that's kind of how we're broken down, because two of us are new to the nest this year. Make sure you are signed up in Canvas. We sent invites out to all the students to be a part of our counselor Canvas page, and we have lots of information there. So we just want to make sure that they've accepted that invitation, and it'll show up in their courses, just like Algebra 2 and US History and English 3. Reminder that it does require 24 credits to graduate. We know the pandemic has been very rough over the last couple of years, and we're trying to get back to something that looks a little like normal. And we know students need to get back on track. So they need to see their counselor so we can get them signed up for night school, or we can do summer school also next summer if needed. Right now, the way that night school, summer school works is when a student fails a class during the day, they get one chance to retake it for free. If they fail their night school or summer school course, they will then be required to pay $50 per half credit to recover the remainder of those courses, so we can get them back on track. And we know students come back to school, maybe their grade is not where it was supposed to be, and we work through night school, summer school to help students get back on track. One thing I also wanted to talk about testing, when we talked about testing earlier, that our state has requirements for the SAT. When we talk about juniors heading into senior year next year, about college entrance exams, whether it's ACT or SAT, a lot of colleges are going or have gone what's called test optional. So you're not required to have a test score to get into college, but there are still lots and lots and lots of scholarship money available that can be based on your grade point average or your test score or some combination. So the value of the ACT and our SAT is still very important. and just wanted to pass that on to you. We look at this junior year for students of, hey, we're over halfway done with high school. The goal this year is to start having them get a direction for life after high school. We tell lots of students the summer between junior and senior year, you should be doing some college research and things like that. Don't wait until we get into senior year to begin that. We want them to start looking at potential colleges and what they're interested in studying and things like that. And all of your counselors can help with that if you have any kind of questions. So I think I covered everything. Like I said, there's our email addresses. If any questions come up, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And parents, I stress the importance of the counselor canvas page. Every scholarship opportunity that comes across our way is posted on that page. So I can't stress it enough. So please make sure that your student has accepted the invite to the counselor page. Okay. So Dr. Zamora could not be here with us this afternoon, but she is the junior class sponsor, and the juniors are in charge of prom this year. So if your student is out there, make sure they get involved, participate in all the class activities, because they're always so much fun. And now, Mrs. Gentry. Did I lose her? Is she frozen? Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
You hear me? Okay. It looks like she might be frozen. Okay. I'll come back to her. I'll come back to her. Okay. So the next thing I'd like to talk about here, this is not me. I'd like to talk about Ms. Erica Martinez. She is our International Welcome Center person here at Centennial. And what she really wanted me to emphasize in this meeting is the state seal of bilingualism and biliteracy information. So there's different options that students have that students can take in order to receive this seal on their diploma, which is a great honor. So your child can start the application process this year. So go see Ms. Martinez or email Ms. Martinez. She has the applications in her room. Her classroom is located right near the library. And it's important that if your student is interested in receiving that bilingual seal on their diploma, that they reach out to her this year. Okay. And I think Ms. Gentry, are you back with us?
Yeah, my internet went down.
I figured. Okay, let me go back. Here you go.
Okay, so I apologize. So the academic letter ceremony happened last night. It was for students who have completed a semester at Centennial High School. So this is not for freshmen. This is for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And your student had to have a GPA of 3.5 and above. Someone in the chat asked, were the 4.0 academic award recipients were supposed to receive a different pin or just bars? If your student is received a 4.0, they should have gotten, if they were a sophomore and received a 4.0, they got their academic letter and a 4.0 pin. If they are a junior or senior, and they received above a 4.0 or higher, they should have received a bar and a 4.0 pin. For anybody, if you think that there was a mistake in what your student received at the academic award ceremony last night, please come visit me in B217 and we will get whatever fixed for you. If you forgot, you didn't get a 4.0 pin or you got a bar instead of a letter or anything like that, please don't hesitate for your student to come to me in B217 anytime next week starting Tuesday, because we don't have school Friday and Monday. Please come see me in B217 on Tuesday. Some other things that we do are character breakfast. We recognize teachers will nominate students that show character in the classroom. So be on a lookout for that from your teachers. Another thing that we're starting up again, are academic lunches. And those are by semester. Okay, so last semester, not cumulative, just a semester, if you had a GPA of 3.5 or higher, you are welcome to come to those lunches, and your students will receive invitations for that coming up. There's one in the fall and one in the spring. If a junior transferred into Centennial this year from Oregon Mountain, they were not considered for the letter ceremony. You have to have attended Centennial High School for a full academic semester to be qualified for the letter ceremony. Invitations were given in English classes. So if you were not aware of the ceremony, so we had, me and my co-sponsor, we had the invitations. We put together a stack of them to go to English teachers, and then the English teachers gave out the invitations to this ceremony. So if your child missed it, everybody got an invitation in their English classes. So in the past, we used to send out invitations via mail, and that did not end up getting to you. There's so many different address changes and things missed there. So we gave them to pretty much everybody has to take a fourth English, a third English. So it was delivered to the English class and from the English teacher to your student. I apologize if there was miscommunication from us to the English teacher to your student, and then your student was supposed to give you the invitation. So if they did not mention it, I apologize for that. If there is if your child was not there last night at the academic award ceremony, they can visit B217 anytime to receive their program, certificate, and either letter or bar. They can come and get that at any point. I think those are all the questions for me in the chat. Again, I do apologize for miscommunication or lack of communication for this ceremony. I know it was in the newsletter. I know that we do our best to get invitations to students. In the past, we even had less communication sending those via mail. So we've tried to do it through English teachers. And so I apologize if something happened, something dropped the ball between me to the English teacher to your student, student to you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gentry. That's a little bit about our Renaissance. Talked a little bit about Erica. And now a fun topic. Sylvia, it's your turn. You're on.
Good evening, everyone. Let me see my video. I'm sorry, we were at a parent night also. My name is Sylvia. I'm with Herf Jones, and the reason we talk to our juniors so soon about graduation is because we start planning graduation now. It takes us 2 years to get our students ready to go out there and celebrate these big milestones for them. And so by doing so, we start giving out information. Your students should have taken a packet home already. In that packet, we discussed with them a promotion that we have available. It's called the mascot package, and it is a class ring and Letterman jacket package. In that package, senior year, they receive a free cap and gown. We give them 2 years to take everything out of layaway, meaning the Letterman jacket and the class ring. So if they place that order next week on September 8th between 11 and 1 p.m., I was given the green light that the Letterman jackets will be ready before Christmas. So it's a wonderful Christmas present for those juniors wanting their ring and Letterman jacket. So if you place your order next week, we're going to be back. The deposit for a jacket only is 50% down. If you want to do a class ring, the stainless steel metal, it is $100 down. If you're interested in doing the mascot package, it is a $250 deposit. And then we put you on an interest-free payment plan between now and senior year. There's no late fees, no interest. You set your own payment plan the way you want it. So we will be here next week on the 8th from 11 to 1 at Centennial High School. Thank you, Ms. Hendy.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. All right. So Melanie Stewart is our yearbook sponsor, and she's also our student government advisor. Her email address is attached to this PowerPoint. what we really wanted to let you know is that yearbooks are on sale now. You can go on to this link, and once you receive this PowerPoint, you can just click on this link or just go to yearbookforever.com and purchase your yearbook through the website. They start at $75, but then price starts to go up after December. So if you're interested in purchasing a yearbook, also if you need a yearbook from the previous years, contact Miss Stewart. I believe she has some available.
Mrs. Hendy, they're asking for the slide with Sylvia's contact information again. Can you put that back up real quick?
There we go.
Thank you.
Mhm. And all of this will be emailed as well. All right. I believe we're almost done. Liddell Hash, if you know her, you should have met her already by your junior year. She is our special ed department lead. If you have any questions, if you have students on IEPs through special education or advanced educational services, she is your go-to. This is her email. Do not hesitate to reach out to her with any questions you may have. NMSU and DACC were not able to attend this evening. They had previous engagements. What we want to promote, and please counselors, unmute yourself and chime into this, is we do offer dual credit classes to juniors and seniors at no cost to you. And this counts for college credit as well. If you click on the first link, once you receive this PowerPoint, that'll give you a little bit more information on what dual credit looks like. But I also have some names here and contact information that you can reach out to them if you have any questions. Mr. Womble, Ms. Bashirs, Ms. Benavides, did you have anything to add?
I think the main thing is if your student is currently doing dual credit, there'll be a sign up probably mid to late October for the spring semester. If your student didn't make it in and would like to do it in the spring, that would be the time also to do that. And if they get into dual credit, it would require some adjustment to their schedule, but there will be another opportunity to do dual credit for the spring semester.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Womble. And that is the end of our PowerPoint presentation. I hope we were able to give you some information to move forward this junior year. There's a lot happening, and we want you to be in the know. Please make sure I try to send out monthly newsletters, and in that newsletter, I try to add important information. So just at least skim through it and see if there's anything that interests you or anything that might be of important value to your student. But other than that, I just want to thank everyone for taking time to join us this evening. And tomorrow's parent-teacher conference, they've been kind of going on all week in the afternoon as well as tomorrow. If you have any questions, please reach out to your students' teachers. And Monday, there is no school, Labor Day, so enjoy your long weekend. Thank you all for attending.
Have a good evening.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Have a good evening. Thank you, everyone.